everybody, and welcome to my channel. Go ahead and hit the like, hit the share, and subscribe if you aren't already. This video is discussing Lizzette Martinez from Surviving R. Kelly. Let's hear what she has to say first.
Dear Robert, it is with great sadness as I sit here and type this letter. It has been 20 years since I last spoke with you, and a lot has happened in both my life and yours. I wish I never had to write this letter, but unfortunately, here we are. I met you as a young girl who had stars in her eyes, an innocent girl, a girl who didn't know any better, a girl who longed for someone to love her and help make her dreams come true, so she could get away from all the people who were hurting her. You turned out to be the one who would hurt me the most. I never got over that hurt.
Now, from what she's saying thus far, she's telling you she was starstruck when she met R. Kelly, and she saw him as an opportunity to escape whatever lifestyle she had before meeting him. Okay? So with that being said, let's hold everybody accountable if we want to hold people accountable for their actions. Now, I'm watching this interview, and the first thing that gives me the red flags is this little bitty ass dress she has on as a victim.
I don't think you understand, or maybe you don't care, how much your actions hurt young women. The age of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the experiences that we go through set the stage for the rest of our lives. It is like walking around with a scarlet letter on my chest. It happened, I lived through it, but it doesn't go away. It's always there. I came out to the world about you because I could not bear to hear all the stories of physical, mental, and emotional abuse that still continues 20 plus years later. When it happened.
Now, I agree with her in saying that that time frame for women is very vital, especially if they don't have a positive male role model in their life, and especially if they don't have caring parents or siblings in their life. Now, she's already stated she comes from an abusive past, so clearly she comes from a terrible background. So we could already say or assume that her self-esteem is a little low. But one thing I didn't notice her say is, I told him my age. Now, other people are going to say, he should have had his security, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. How do we know he didn't? We can all go back to old videos in which R. Kelly is on stage promoting his lifestyle, saying that anybody can go home with him as long as you're 18. So what if, hypothetically speaking, this man met you and assumed you were 18 of legal age, especially if you were partaking in things with him that no child would be able to do unattended. If you were out going to concerts, parties, and things like that, what adult would feel like you're a child? So again, that's just the one thing I didn't ever hear her say, is that I told him my age. I heard her say I was this age, but I never hear her say I told him my age. So the only thing I will hold R. Kelly accountable for is not ensuring she was over the age of 18. But other than that, I will not say that this man is a pedophile for that reason. Because a pedophile, you look this term up and recognize what this term is that you keep throwing out there. An overly sexualized man more than likely is going to put himself in harm's way. So what I want men in the future to take from this is be careful. Make sure you are dealing with legal women. If you want to be a pervert, if you want to be a freak, if you want to live a polygamous lifestyle, if you want to do whatever you want to do that. But protect yourself. So again, that is the only thing that I'm going to hold R. Kelly accountable for, is not verifying her age. And who's to say she didn't present a fake ID to whoever? Who's to say she didn't lie about her age? But let's just keep in mind, nobody has ever said he was aware of her age.
And to me, I thought, okay, well, maybe it was me. I actually blamed myself for so long for the abuse. Can you believe that? What happened to you? All the conversations about how much you suffered as a child, yet you don't get help to deal with this dis-ease. You go on to seek young women to fill your sick desires. You were sexually abused. Hey, I get it. So was I. But I didn't turn out to be an abuser. It's time this ends, Robert. The music is great. No one can deny that. But the legacy is tainted. All those times you spoke of how much you wish your mom was alive to see how big you made it to. Do you think she would be proud today? Your children, what about them? Don't you think they are hurting hearing that their dad is a predator? I'm not attacking you. I'm past that. That has never been me. Never spoke to anyone besides my family about what I lived through with you. Never sued you. I loved you wholeheartedly. You hurt me. I'm grown. It's okay, I survived. I ask, I plead with you. Let the young women go home so they can get the help they need.
So I'm going to stop her right there. She says she never sued him, so why try to sue him now? If your whole message is for R. Kelly to get help because you loved him in your own words, you don't think there was a better approach in handling this? To be honest, this whole interview gives me the vibe that she's still interested in R. Kelly, just like a lot of her past Instagram posts. And she blocked me on Instagram because I wanted to follow her. And contrary to what she tried to put out there, I don't give a fuck about sending her no message. If you're telling the truth, what does me being on your page have to do with anything? I'm not finna send you no message. I just want to see what the fuck is going on. But it's sad that obviously they might have come across my channel. Somebody has brought it to their attention. But it's sad that you want to sit here and make everybody that don't go along with this agenda out to be somebody harassing y'all, somebody who's bullying y'all, who's intimidating y'all, just because we don't understand this. And we like to. If this man has abused you, let's talk about that. There's real victims out here that I have watched and watched how they dealt with it. So when I see people like Lizzette, Geronda Pace, Lisa Van Allen, it just gives me red flags.
up to me and gave me a hug, and I kind of like I was kind of frozen. And then he said he was recording an album. I said, okay, nice to meet you, and he left. But then his bodyguard came back and handed me his phone number and said, R. Kelly would like you to call him. My best friend was with me, and she said, Liz, this is your big break. Like, you better call, or I'm gonna call for you. For me, singing was always an outlet, and I planned on having a career. So I called, and he said, well, I'd like you to come to dinner with us. My girlfriend said, let's get your makeup and hair done now. You know, this is it, you're gonna make it. It was so naive.
Hey, what's up? Tia is Brown. Robin Banks. Live, laugh, talk with Ira. Tamika Dixon. Let's talk about it. Cause at first I thought Lizzette Martinez was, of all the people on the docu-series, maybe the most meek, the most humble. But the more I just sit back and watch, I see, no, no, no. So a couple days ago, I wanted to follow Lizzette because I had been seeing all over Twitter and Instagram messages where she called herself blasting people. So of course I want to get in and see what's going on. But I didn't know I was going to find a little bit of what I found. Oh yeah, just keep watching. See, at the first part of this video, you notice what I said about her being 17. Well, I got a little surprise for y'all about her real age. Catch that. So, as you can see, the post she responds to has absolutely nothing to do with her. It was a time's up post, and it said, time's up for all those people slandering R. Kelly. Vindicate R. Kelly. Nowhere in there do you see Lizzette Martinez, right? So, she comments, don't you have a life trying to follow me to send shit messages? Girl, get a life. Like, bitch, please. The fuck would I want to send you a message for? I just want to watch what you're doing. Fuck. You thought. So, I see why she want to hide. I see why she don't like people following her. Because when they get called out for their bullshit, oh, they want to play games. Oh, they victims. Oh, you harassing them. Nah, bitch. We just got questions out here. Okay? So, let's talk about some things. So, these are some of the things she was posting, trying to call out people. Did y'all know that Lizzette was also trying to call out Jay-Z? Did y'all know that? So as you can see, before I got blocked, I could see that Joycelyn's mom is following her. Surviving R. Kelly. That's all they want to talk about, surviving R. Kelly. But then when people come and want to let her know, no, this not cool, it's a problem.
I agree, Live Laugh. This case needs to be thrown out. So again, just the post that I made. So why would you think I want to send you a message? So I respond to her, newsflash, I don't have to follow you to send you a message. I just wanted to verify the page. Thank you for doing so. So somebody else screenshotted something else coming from her page. This is all I wanted to see, what was going on from her page. Because again, they can call out people, but you can't call them out for some strange reason. What's up, Lolo? How you doing? Shannon Curry. Oh, this was the icing on the cake too. When I seen this bitch right here, that was another red flag. And notice how she always looking at her like, bitch, you better not fuck this case up. Well, too fucking late, cause you got people like me on her motherfucking ass. Let me tell you. Look at her. Familiar face. Look at her. Bitch, you better not fuck up. Too late. She fucked up too. We'll get on her another day. Look at her. Y'all remember this? When she came out with this bullshit ass photo talking about some R. Kelly, but you holding LL Cool J. Oh, don't forget this cunt right here come out. Oh, he found some more sex tapes. Where they at? They supposed to be 16, 17. Why they at the club? Why she got this little bitty dress on, 16, 17? Why? I got questions. Don't nobody realize this same lawyer putting her hand in the pot everywhere. Look at Faith Evans in the background. Even she noticed some bullshit. Look at her. Like, bitch, you know you lying. All of them. What do they get an award for? It's crazy. Come to find out, the more I look, something else I got to see for myself on her page before she blocked me. She getting shout outs to Jim Derogatis. Go check out my other live on Jim Derogatis and his crooked ass and how he had a part to play in this janky ass sex tape that got everybody feeling some type of way. But as you continue to keep watching, you will continue to see that all these people are connected and they all got together and conspired to take this man down. And if y'all did not see that all of this financial boycotting and all that shit targeting him was some real, that was something strategical. And it's funny, everybody else around R. Kelly can still benefit off of his name, but they want to keep slandering him. And the minute somebody comes out to defend, hey, let's let this play out in the legal system. Let's fight for justice in this case. If this man did this, okay, prove it. If he didn't, this is not right. They cannot continue to sit around and bully this man online. Period. So, at the end of the day, all these people got their hidden agendas. She taking notes from everybody, so now she got a book deal coming out. She got her little website. These are things I caught before she blocked me. Why you gonna block me? Why? I just want to see what you got coming. What's going on? Cause it's some bullshit. And you got people like Cash Jones who have tried to come out. You got so many people you have seen on YouTube that have tried to come out and tell the other side of the story that Lifetime didn't want you to hear about. Like, take this for example. Just thinking about all the hardcore facts I single handedly gathered to discredit many of these individuals from speaking, yet they didn't want to hear it. Anything that displayed Mr. Kelly in a positive light wasn't their angle, and that, my friend, is called prejudicial reporting. So, what did I say about Tia Ewing? Tasha K. At the end of the day, all of this is part of the program. Everybody want to cry on TV, but what were them tears behind closed doors, she asked. Why didn't Lifetime do a little scroll down her Instagram and Twitter to find out how she was constantly liking his photos, commenting, etc., etc.? And somebody on my last post, when I said something about her, mentioned they were her cousin and they were the one liking Rob's picture. Like, make it make sense. For what? For what? At the end of the day, why are all you people that are claiming that this man is the predator stalking him? Like, I thought predators stalk the victim, not the fucking victim stalk the fucking predator. That don't make no damn sense to me. Every last one of these people, you could pretty much say, are extortionists. And what blows my mind is you got the Me Too movement out here fake advocating. Meanwhile, there's real victims out here being overlooked. They didn't get no docuseries. They're not getting no awards. They're not even getting a second thought. You got people that were trafficked over sites like Backpage, Craigslist, etc. You got real predators that are stalking kids on things like Big Fish, Twitch, whatever the shit called. I'm not really familiar with none of these social sites, but at the end of the day, where is Me Too? They not doing shit to save real victims. All they doing is entertaining clown shit. Where are all these victims? They say they care about brown skinned people. Where are all these people? Where the campaign to find these people? Me Too. And then there's another thing. All these people want to sit here and talk about let's hold R. Kelly accountable. Well, at that same sentiment, let's hold women accountable when they don't present themselves as women. If an artist comes in a club and the first thing he sees is a woman hiking up her dress for people, random people she doesn't know, to film her and sit here, bend over and twerk, like, why do you feel like the artist has to have so much more morality? This is another human being. Why does he have to be so much higher than the average person? Why can't women be held accountable when they act like hoes? Like, at the end of the day, I don't justify abuse. I don't justify rape. I don't justify anything that puts women in suffrage. But at the same time, when you sit back for decades and look at the over sexualized imagery being pushed, I can't tell you as a child how many times I heard growing up, you got to use what you got to get what you want. Tell me you ain't heard that famous quote time and time again, for the simple fact that was what the agenda was at that time. So you can't sit here and straddle the fence and be confused when so many women are going down this bad path and putting themselves in fucked up situations and allowing themselves to be misused. You can't play the fence. They have to take accountability for their actions as well. So I said all that to say this. It is a fact that Lizzette Martinez is 42 years of age. You want to know how I know that? because I pulled it up. Pulled it up. Now, there were 34 matches for Lizzette Martin, and the youngest person on that match report was 42. And surprise, she's from the same area that old Angelo Clary is from. So if you think it's a coincidence that she automatically emerged, I think not. Lolo said Jim had that first tape in his possession for 2 years before he turned it in. And that's another thing. And I pointed out in my video on Jim Derogatis is the only reason why he turned it in the first place is because he was forced to do so. That wasn't on his own accord. If it was left up to Jim Derogatis, he would have kept pushing that sex tape as long as he fucking possible. He was not trying to help get no criminal cases. In fact, as I said in my video then, Jim Derogatis had the opportunity to testify against R. Kelly, but he chose not to do so. And he reportedly called the court to say he could not come in despite their subpoena claiming that he hadn't been properly served. Nonetheless, this man has been on this whole claim to I want justice, but had the opportunity to testify and failed to do so. In fact, as I said then, had been chasing this man since 2000, trying to find something that he could hold over this man's head. Lolo says she was also the lawyer that took out Bill Cosby and tried it with Tiger Woods. And that's another thing. People don't find it odd that some of the victims from the Cosby case are now coming out saying that they were paid to say that they were raped by Cosby. So this what I'm saying about this rape allegation bullshit. Like if people wait years and years and years after the fact, it should not be right for them to come and bring somebody down for monetary gain or to just bring them down for criminal prosecution for the simple fact. Again, most victims go and report incidents. There's a chain of command in handling things. Exactly, live life. I absolutely peeped Lizzette with that little short black dress she had on. Indefinitely. And a lot of people were saying that the man. There you go. The man here is Sparkle's godfather. I can't confirm that at this particular time, but should somebody else come across something that can, I'll be gladly to update that information. Again, I want to speak facts, and that's not a fact I can confirm. Thank you, Missy Moo. Shani Curry says, Me Too claim there are four black women, but yet they have collected millions and millions of dollars. It's all about the money. And who have they saved? I'll wait. Exactly, Tanya Collins. She has absolutely nothing to say she survived. Like at the end of the day, the reason why they keep playing with her age is because she wants to fixate on this I was a minor. That way she gets that sympathy. If you know that she was 18 at the time of R. Kelly meeting her, meaning she was a grown ass woman, you ain't gonna be necessarily as sympathetic towards her. And at the same time, look at it on the legal aspect. If you are an adult, you have a time span to report allegations of abuse. Whereas as a child, there is no statute of limitations. So, with that being said, if they want to keep pushing the agenda that she was 16, 17 when she was dealing with R. Kelly, common sense should tell you that's the only reason she claims abuse. Other than that, what else is she saying? She said he gave her mono. What the fuck? Do you know how common mono was, especially at that time frame? Like, I know people that were out of school for weeks with mono. I don't know any that damn near died, but shit, tough fucking cookie at the end of the day. When I read her story, all I get out of it is a person that was madly in love with R. Kelly. Things did not go the way she wanted it. She wanted to be a singer. Does any of this sound familiar? Things didn't go like she wanted it. Now she's a victim. At the end of the day, who forced you to stay with this man? I ain't heard her detail any real concrete moments of abuse. So I'm confused about why she's being labeled a victim. Oh, I know, because they want to keep pushing this pedophile agenda and say she was underage. That's another key point, Lolo. Even if she was 17 at that time, that is legal consent age. Is that something that I would prefer somebody to be dating a 17-year-old? No. But at the end of the day, you got to take that up with the people that make the laws. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Thus far, we just basically T phonics. We just basically covered the fact that Lizzette wasn't even 17 when she started dating R. Kelly. Number one, because you do the fucking math. If she's 42 today, which I confirmed, then in 1995, she could not have been 17. Okay? So we confirmed that. And number two, we talking about the fact that she blocked me because I'm out here just trying to find out the truth. Then we talked about the fact that it's no coincidence that the lawyer she has is connected with a whole lot of other so-called people. See, see the connection? This same lawyer connected with one, two, three, four, five different people. All right. So, and the fact that she's a big Jim DeRogatis fan. Before she blocked me, I managed to get some screenshots of the little shout out Jim DeRogatis gave her in his book and her little website, I Survived, and the little book she got coming out. I don't fucking know what it's gonna be called. I don't know, but either way it go, it's all centered around R. Kelly. We all know that she was paid just like everybody else was paid to be on the Surviving R. Kelly. The major point is that they all told half truths. And the major problem that I have with Surviving R. Kelly is it was propaganda designed to, again, taint this man's legacy. So now that they have used it to spur these criminal charges, I just want to take the time to highlight all these people that people deem as credible witnesses, because people like Lizzette, no, 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 it's not going to work. People like Geronda, it's not going to work. People like Asante, is not going to work. These people, meanwhile, are getting MTV awards, they're getting plaques, they're getting billboards, they're getting this Hollywood lifestyle treatment. Meanwhile, people keep openly calling this man pedophile this, pedophile that, because you don't know the full story. And what's so funny to me is how quickly they jump ship. Like Faith, she's another one over here. You want somebody to feel sorry for you to be a victim, but you over here talking about Free JT, who we all know is in jail for scamming. Scamming. So you know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. If you notice with Faith Allison, she's also friends with Summer Bunny. If you recall, Summer Bunny, Offset, that whole dilemma. This is what I'm trying to bring to the forefront of the slow people that are clinging on to these so-called victims. Escorting and shit like that is very prominent in celebrity lifestyle. And y'all sitting up here feeling sorry because these women not only wanted compensation for what they did, but they want a come up on the public's expense off of what they're doing. Scamming. Meanwhile, the people supporting them and rallying and doing the most for them get they silly ass up every day and go to work and work hard for their money and work hard to make a living. Meanwhile, these silly ass girls just sit on the internet and entertain the lies they told on a docuseries designed to destroy a man's career. So with Faith Allison over here talking about one minute she a victim and she feel ashamed of her body. Why are you on Instagram half naked? Talking about summer body on the way. If it makes you upset, I don't care. Like, that don't make sense to me. She fake and flawed. Like, at the end of the day, she want to say that R. Kelly gave her a disease as well. Problem is, many people have come to the forefront and made it known that, hey, she already had this disease she's talking about. So, seems like to me she's lying. I also came across this document in which attorneys from R. Kelly sent to attorneys for Faith Allison saying basically in so many words, I want to see the proof. You say R. Kelly gave you herpes, let's see the proof. So if you weren't keeping up with her side of the story, cause you know they get real quiet when shit don't go like they planned. When they thought they was gonna get something and it don't come out like they thought, they get real quiet, real quiet. So you notice she had a case pending with R. Kelly and it went nowhere. Dismissed. She gets nothing. They wasn't talking about that. So maybe that's why she side eyeing people at the awards ceremony because things didn't go the way they told her it was gonna go for her. Exactly, Dorothy Chambers. Who gives victim awards? Like, never in life seen that. Another key point, Lolo. Only two people out of all the people R. Kelly has been with are claiming he gave them herpes. Okay, make it make sense. And that's another thing. Geronda Pace. She just, that girl, as you can see, I'm going to do a video on pretty much every last one of them. So just be patient. It's going to come one way or another. Just know that because I'm on they ass. So just a little quick side note about Geronda. She just be lying, lying, lying. And I'm here for it. You feel me? I am here for it. All she do is set herself up to be caught in a lie. Peep this. She gonna post, I come from a family where the predator is always protected. Incest is hidden. Rapes are always covered up. And pedophiles are always told to stay away from the children. Blah blah. Not gonna read all that. Y'all could pause this and go back and read it if you want to, but I just wanted to tell you what I thought about it. And what I think about it is she already telling you that her family members molested her. Now, if you go back to any other interview she's had, she's told you she was molested before. At the same time, she want to come back and tell you she a virgin. How that work? So miss me with that bullshit. So why aren't you using your platform to go after those people who molested you and your family instead of spending all your spare time trying to talk about R. Kelly when your products ain't fucking selling? Every chance she gets, she gonna say something. Like, Pete, this right here. She says in response to somebody, because I guess they asked her why didn't she press charges against R. Kelly if she was a victim. She says, I got nowhere when I was trying to pursue criminal charges against R. Kelly. When the documentary aired on Lifetime, that's when things changed. That's when Kim's office moved forward with charges. Second tweet, I went to the police station in Olympia Fields and filed a police report well before the documentary came out. I tried to reach Kim Fox's office multiple times without any success. Hmm. But I went back to an interview she did with BuzzFeed. And just another side note, if you ain't figured out BuzzFeed and Jim Derogatis, it's like hand in hand. So when you get a lot of this information from the media, a lot of the times it's going to be from Jim Derogatives or somebody in that little clique. So if you want to run with the bullshit they say, cool. But I would always research the facts. But nonetheless, she said in 2017 in this other article, she eventually ended her relationship with Kelly and later decided to sue him. Ended her relationship with Kelly. So she didn't say he was abusing her. So she said, if I was to get criminal charges, it would probably be like it was last time where he wouldn't get convicted. So she's in referencing to the fact that she was a minor at the time, allegedly. She told BuzzFeed, Kelly settled out of court, in which I found out they settled for $1.3 million. Let me see if I got that. Let me see, because I'm telling you, when I tell you I bring receipts, I bring receipts. Back up what I'm talking about. So, see. So on this one, she talking about after 6 months of isolation, she escaped for 15 minutes to contact her mother with details of her treatment, prompting her family to file suit against Kelly. So in response to people asking what did Deronda do with her money that she settled the first time, well, if you ask me, her family got that money. They ended up getting money out of R. Kelly for whatever reasons. They probably was like, hey, we finna go to the police, some type of situation like that. They end up getting a settlement out of court. She say herself she didn't go to the police, but all of a sudden now she want to make it seem like, oh, she went to the police, but they weren't trying to hear her until the docuseries came out. What's so special about the docuseries? But anyway, on this one, she had to escape for 15 minutes to go call her mama. Didn't she say on another interview that she told him she had to leave to go get some shoes from her uncle? But anyway, the family sued for improper conduct. They didn't press criminal charges, they sued for improper conduct. Nothing to do with sex with a minor, nothing to do with that. So I'm confused. If she was a minor under the age of consent, why wasn't that in the suit? Why did they only sue for improper conduct? Why was there no allegation of abuse in that suit? So let's go back up in this article. Let's talk about why Geronda Pace and R. Kelly broke up. What happened? Well, if you go back to an old article, which I'm looking at right here, that tells us that the family is the one who sued R. Kelly. So 9 times out of 10, Geronda didn't get shit because she's so slow. All she seemed to do is let people manipulate her. And then she wondered why she looked like shit face. So she says in this interview that they broke up after R. Kelly caught her texting a friend claiming that's when he slapped and choked and spit on her. So, in reading the indictment, you would notice under the JP, that's where the choking and spitting would come from, I would assume. And it's funny how they try to throw it back in there because that is the only thing of abuse she has to claim, that he slapped and spit on her. Because if she was over age, if she was of consent age. They can't sit here and come with this she was a minor shit. So the only other option they would have is the physical abuse. Jim Derogatis is with BuzzFeed. So she told him all this information. So he decided to pick out pieces that he wanted to and keep spinning his own narrative to make R. Kelly look like the villain. So every article you will read here and therefore about Geronda, you will notice the shift in the bits and pieces being left out from things you can go back years last year that she said, well, 2 years ago now that she said, and you will see how different things will go because she's now trying to line up with the agenda. But I'm looking, and here, oh, that's one right there I wanted to point out. Back in 2017, even this article points out how Geronda Pace breaks her non-disclosure agreement. It is mind-boggling that these women can sign these non-disclosure agreements, get a settlement for whatever they want to claim, and in most cases it's because the artists just don't want to deal with this media circus bullshit that we have in front of us now. It's crazy that here in today they are now giving the opportunity to break those non-disclosures, get the money, come back, sue again, and also on top of suing, press criminal charges. That's crazy to me. So she posted, if you choose to entertain R. Kelly supporters, do not tag me. But you keep talking about him like people won't come for you. Okay, bye, is what I had to say. That's all I'm saying. They don't like when you respond to them, but they just want the luxury of keep getting on their platforms and keep talking this fuck shit. Because you have to keep in mind, if it wasn't for R. Kelly, you could have went to their page and noticed they had no, zero to no following. After the docu-series, then some of them you will notice got up to 20,000 followers. The rest of them, mm. But now you got Geronda talking about this trial will be a media circus. I fucking wonder why. Because y'all put all this shit in the fucking media instead of taking this to trial. I don't know. I think I might have deleted it. Oh, there you go. What I was trying to say a while ago. I know I got all the way sidetracked, but here it is saying that you can see for yourself. The report indicates that Pace filed the lawsuit against Kelly and they quietly settled the suit in 2010 for 1.5 million. I said 1.3, it was 1.5 million. So at the end of the day, she's saying that she started talking because she didn't get her money. Well, it seems like to me she need to go talk to her family. Because they got the money and she obviously got nothing. So if they used her to get the money, tough cookie. And that's another thing, Dorothy Chambers, she said, but who keeps old clothes like that unless you got a hidden agenda? Let's use some common sense here. Even if she did keep the clothes for such a long period of time, they are not finna fucking convince me they had evidence taken off that. Look at Geronda Pace. So you mean to tell me ain't nothing gonna contaminate this? She ain't you. So you want me to believe she got that evidence. She sealed it up properly. She stored it where it could not be contaminated with anything. You gonna tell me that. And then on top of that, you want me to believe that you somehow got DNA from R. Kelly, but make it make sense, because according to insiders, R. Kelly has not submitted any DNA evidence. So explain to me how you got DNA evidence to solidify your case. Exactly. In 2010, she was 17. You do the math. And where he was, that was legal consent age. So that is why the age was not a factor in the lawsuit. So the fact that they are trying to manipulate the age in this criminal suit is the only thing bothersome. And if y'all are not peeping game at how they could intentionally manipulate so called evidence and manipulate the media to fit their agenda, to carry out whatever their plan is, I don't know what to tell you, because it's here in your face. You see people coming up missing every day. And I just showed you in my Angelo Cleary video something very vital if you didn't peep game. So just imagine if you are a person that are saying specific things, believing certain things, have a certain following, and you have your name attached to your social media platforms, and people in higher positions wanted to take you out, do something to you, it's resources out there for them to do so. The first thing people want to say is CIA and all that, and it's fucking crazy that you could be an average Joe fucking person and find out everything you want to know with a couple clicks on this damn internet. What's sad is so many people would prefer to keep entertaining this surviving R. Kelly bullshit and not recognize what it is. Bullshit. It is freaking ridiculous that our people are being used to bring down their own people. They all got together and tried to get their lives together, says Dorothy Chambers, and I agree. The sad thing is that now that things are not yet again working out for some the way they wanted to, they turning on each other. And that's where shit finna get real interesting. You got all of them turning on each other. Last year you had Geronda turning on Andrea. You had, of course, the Savages keep Geronda neck and neck. They're buddy buddy. You want to know why? Because I feel like Tim Savage is the mastermind to her whole story. He trying to help her get that shit together because it's all fucked up. Nonetheless, he ain't smart enough. That's where they going wrong. So, like I was saying, from last year to now, you will notice all these people going against each other. Geronda even called out Dominique's mom. You got Faith calling out Asante. You got everybody turning on each other. Meanwhile, they sat there on that stage trying to put on a good face. That's why you have Faith in the background looking stank, because shit is getting real for her. And that's another thing, Tanya Collins, about Drea keeping R. Kelly's name. You see the fuck shit she got on the internet saying the other day, talking about she changing her name to Cookie Jenner. Of all fucking people you want to change your name to, you say Cookie Jenner. So you mean tell me you want to take Cookie off of motherfucking Empire, and then you want to take the motherfucking Chris Jenner that been out here thotting her kids, and you want to say, girl, fucking bye. I'm dead. You real life did that? No fucking ma'am. I cannot. I cannot. I cannot take Drea Kelly serious. That's what they don't know. That's what they don't know, Robin Banks, is because all this is prophesized. And people fail to realize history repeats itself. It might be in different formats. Shit, it y'all just gotta peep game. Like at the end of the day, if you don't know your history, it's easy to keep repeating it, making the same dumbass mistakes. But if you just sit here and watch the fuck shit they doing, they don't know there's a higher being making all this stuff come to light. A lot of people are waking up, and maybe a couple years ago they would have got away with a lot of this stuff, but now that people are opening their eyes and seeing past the bullshit, no, no, all this shit they trying, no, they can't get away with it. Drea Kelly, the only reason why she is was doing the little interviews on the radio was because people were bashing her little growing up hip hop show. Exactly, Lolo. Where did 50 million go? She over here crying every chance she get about some child support. Like at the end of the day, he done supported y'all well beyond what y'all should have ever in life needed. So it don't make sense that you think people that again get up and work hard every fucking day are supposed to sympathize with your ass. She can't talk about her dance career on growing up hip hop. She don't have a dance career. If you notice, the major person putting Drea Kelly on was R. Kelly. So when that shit went left, who the hell else trying to hire Drea Kelly? Who? Nobody. That's another thing. Like when they keep talking about these diseases, you notice other people get real tight lipped. They not finna own that, cause at the end of the day, that's some bullshit. Just be sitting out here openly talking about he gave me this. Like, so how you really you gonna prove this? Like, for real. Because that's a great accusation. And then I watched an interview where Gloria Allred, she tried to lead the conversation because, as usual, she knows her clients are lying. So when Faith was trying to answer questions about how she know for a fact that R. Kelly is the person that gave her herpes, why does Gloria chick gonna intervene and basically say, when Dr. Oz asked, so R. Kelly knew he gave you herpes? Because according to their lawsuit, he intentionally gave her herpes. That's what they're claiming. So Dr. Oz, was that Dr. Oz? Yeah, that was Dr. Oz. He asked the question, so R. Kelly knowingly gave you herpes? So that's when the Gloria chick gonna intervene. Well, we have this other girl that says that he gave her herpes, and Dr. Oz is like, so she told him, but no, but she said he should know. See, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all fucking need to get y'all shit together. Cause if it's the person I'm thinking, which is Geronda Pace, again, these people are all over the place. Geronda Pace was in 2010. Faith is saying 2015. So that means if R. Kelly gave Geronda herpes in 2010, every fucking person he came into contact with in between there and then should have it, right? Where are they? I don't hear other people coming forth with that. And don't come over here talking about no shit. Tasha K shit. Cause I don't give a fuck. This bitch over here interviewing fucking homeless people. Bitch, you could have got fucking anything just sitting on the fucking bench. I don't fucking know. And at the end of the day, you over here promoting an interview from a woman who admits to basically you finna give fellatio for some money. That sound like pretty much what I was getting from your interview. And then you mad because you saying the person gave you chlamydia. Well, this is the life of a working girl. If you gonna be out here selling sex, it's likely you might get a fucking disease. And if he did, again, that ain't our fucking business. Like, TMI. Oh my gosh. Prove it though. Um, I saw your message, Lolo. I don't want to pull it up right now on my phone. I'm using it to do this live. I don't want to expose I don't know what's in my inbox. You feel me? Okay. So, another key point, Lolo. Faith. This some more clown shit. She want us to feel so bad. R. Kelly gave her herpes, but she don't take no medicine for herpes. But she got herpes. So you got herpes. You not taking no medicine for herpes. But you gonna keep being out here with other people, exposing them to the herpes. Make that make sense. Okay? That's why Gloria looking at her like that. Cause the bitch just be talking and fucking up. How the fuck you gonna be talking about you ain't taking no medicine, boo boo? I don't get it. Kitty show been quiet. Kitty, oh, you notice with Kitty, she been quiet for the most part because I feel like she's smart enough to know people gonna come across all this shit that all these other people talking, and she don't want to say too much to fuck herself up. So I feel like Kitty, she smart. She a old motherfucker. She know better. She know not to be out here chasing clout for the gram. She chilling. She posts a little bit every now and then. You notice she got her little, like I said, about 20K followers for her little personal blog. That's her lifestyle now. No real job. Cool. She pretty much in a low key lifestyle. The little book she had coming out, you notice she came back talking about she's gonna pull it from sale. I wonder why. Why you gonna pull it now? You done already put this shit out there. Like, go ahead, do you, boo boo. Why pull it now? Oh, let me think. Because you know what's subject to happen. You know. That's why Kitty quiet. Kitty know she ain't got nothing to say. She was allegedly stealing from R. Kelly. And as an adult, nobody made her have sex with other women. Nobody. For her to sit there and talk about the fact that other women are giving her fellatio, like, it did seem like to me you had the ability to get up and leave that situation where you're not down. People sitting here talking about, like Lisa Van Allen, oh, I just wanted to give him a threesome. I thought he never did that before. Girl, bye. This is a fucking big artist. What you thought was, if I don't do it, somebody else will. So that's why you did it. Again, take accountability for that shit. Stop playing the victim. They was definitely down for the lifestyle. And y'all forget, most of them did not know the man was married until after the fact. So that was another key point. Some of them thinking they were going to be more than they were. So maybe that's why they felt obligated to do certain things. But again, that's their own accountability issues. So, just to touch on Lanita, if y'all don't remember, she is one of the people listed in R. Kelly's case. So, she said the incident happened in 2003, right? Well, as an adult, you have 3 years to report sexual assault. 3 years. Why did she wait 5 to sue him? And not only sue him, come back 10 years after that to press this criminal charge after the docu-series aired. That don't make sense. She done popped back on Facebook as Maddie Smith. Yes, I see you. No victim. Used to post things like, I've been in 42 relationships, proud dick sucker, like all that stuff. That was her. That's all I'm saying. These victims are shady as fuck. So if you continue to believe them, I don't know what to tell you. But it is a fact that Lizzette Martinez is 42 years of age today. So to keep running with her narrative that she was underage, that R. Kelly is a pedophile, I just wanted to expose that today. Exactly, Dorothy Chambers. What grown woman you know with common sense would quit a real job to go live with a man? Now, that makes her an abuse victim because she chose to leave her job. Leave her job. Like, let me just put you from my perspective. Even in my current relationship, I wouldn't just feel I would never feel comfortable relying on the next person to provide support for me. So to sit here on the outside looking in, listening to a woman want sympathy because she uprooted herself from her lifestyle to go chase a man and end up doing this freaky sex shit, thinking she was gonna marry this man, and when things don't go like she wanted it to go, now you a victim. I'm not going for that. Tim Savage, we already know he is the ringleader. And I saw his little live he posted the other day in which he talking about R. Kelly trolls are gonna have a new day or some little bullshit he said, basically trying to send a subliminal shot to so-called R. Kelly trolls. This is what I'm telling you. These people can get on the platform and R. Kelly's a pedophile and pedophile this and R. Kelly bash this and just say the utmost disgusting things. But the minute people come out and speak and just say, hey, let him have his day in court. Hey, prove what you saying or shut the fuck up. The minute we say something like that, then we're trolls. You gonna send the FBI on us? Man, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Cause I could say what the fuck I want to say. At the end of the day, y'all some terrorists the way it looks to me. Because y'all feel like y'all could bully people online and then keep talking about this FBI shit. Like, nigga, is you an informant? Like, I wanna know what the fuck you got going on with the FBI, because you always throwing this FBI shit up like they just on call for your ass. And if they was on call for your ass like that, motherfucker, why is your daughter with R. Kelly now? Why did you let her go in the first place? Because you and your FBI affiliations should be on the fact that you saying he's such a pedophile. You should be aware of such issues. You should know how to avert from situations like that. You the motherfucker. Okay, wait a minute. Let me pause. Tim Savage. This is what irked my nerves about him. He does a lot for Instagram. I don't know. I ain't never known where the FBI lets civilians come in taking these type of photos, exposing what's going on with the FBI, exposing minor details with a pending case. Like, that should be red flags to people. The FBI moves in silence. They the type that if they investigating you, you won't know till the investigation over and they picking your ass up. So for people to keep entertaining the fact that Tim Savage keeps saying the FBI, dude, they might be investigating his motherfucking ass. Just like, yeah, let this nigga keep coming in here with that bullshit, we gonna end up getting him. I don't really know, but at the end of the day, look at this clown shit. He at a place posting where he knows R. Kelly no longer lives, posting pictures with the police and his wife over here trying to strike a pose, talking about, what do you say? The Savages never play no games with at R. Kelly. Trust and believe that. And then he tags Angelo Clary. So I'm going to assume this is before him and Angelo had their beef. And if you didn't see that play out on social media, yeah, they had problems as well because as you can see, the more they lie, the more they insinuate the other party and make them feel some type of way. So, with that being said, this just shows you who's the real predator. All these people are real life stalking this man. Why are you at a place he no longer lives taking pictures with the fucking police? It makes no damn sense. But he's the predator. Exactly. I'm waiting for the real victims to stand up. Shannon Curry, bitch, bye. You finna go. Fuck you thought. That's true as well, Tamara. A lot of these women knew R. Kelly was married, but look at the situation you have with some of these side chicks of today. They see the man is married, but yet they think they're gonna be the one. And when things don't work off, then they start causing problems with the relationship. It really is sad, Tanya Collins, because if you watched a video I made um a while ago that was basically about the 911 call that went over TMZ. Again, that I feel was propaganda. That is the end goal. They want this man to commit suicide. I feel like, again, that's another reason why people need to keep their eyes on this case is because if you pay attention to all the legendary people in the music industry, some funny shit fucking happens when it comes to collecting masters and royalties. And when people start voicing this shit, fucked up shit happens to them. You cannot deny this. You can call it the Illuminati. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But I'm just saying, you would be fucking stupid to not recognize this fact. So, with that being said, all I'm saying is just keep your eyes open. I feel like if something happens to that man, just keep your eyes open. Just keep your eyes open. I will not believe that he committed suicide, period. So I feel like they were testing the waters when they sent that little bullshit out there. They already, if anybody is suicidal, it would be the Azriel chick. And I feel like, honestly, the whole story came from the Clarys. And if you pay attention, because they so like to get on the internet, and if you pay attention right now, Clary is beefing with Nick at Night, and he ends up running off with the mouth talking about we plant stories. I know y'all plant stories. That's why I don't believe y'all fake ass stories. That's why I do stuff like this. I take time out and I go check y'all stories because y'all some lying ass individuals. All y'all want to do is tell y'all little stories to anybody who willing to listen. But it's funny, R. Kelly don't have no abuse claims, no abuse charges, I'm sorry. Tim Savage does. He want to tell the public that his priority is getting his daughter back. It seemed like to me, if you look at his Instagram, his priority is living the life, period, at his daughter's expense. No real parent would sit here and publicly humiliate their child for 2 years and ask why won't they come home. That's stupid. Time's up. We not going for this shit. We could single-handedly point out everybody involved in this. From the lawyers to the prosecutors to the witnesses. This case is just going to fall apart. Exactly, and 411. And as far as Lisa Van Allen, Lisa Van Allen make my head hurt. Cause she know the truth. She know. Everybody want to keep going with this narrative. Lisa Van Allen knows who was on that sex tape. Lisa Van Allen knows who was on that sex tape. A lot of people are saying it was Rashonda on that sex tape. I think you should think about that a little bit more and look at Lisa Van Allen's face a little bit harder. That's all I'm going to say about that right now. Because I got a video for that. And you're going to have to stay tuned. Subscribe. But people swear they know. Tamara Lovett says, I just don't get it. Lisa Van Allen took the tape she wasn't on it, but you know why she took it, to blackmail him. That's why she did it. That she knew what she was doing. Let me tell you a secret. Lisa Van Allen took the tape she was on. There is a discrepancy in her story. See, she took the tape she was on. Okay? Then she tried to go back and clean it up because the tape that she took is supposed to be Rashonda, right? But how could it be Rashonda if she took the tape that she was on? Okay? She said, pay attention, she did not want him in possession of a tape she was on. She didn't want him to have a tape she was on. How was she not on the tape? Make it make sense, people. That was her on the tape. Okay? That was Lisa Van Allen on the tape. And we'll talk about that in depth another time. But there is the discrepancy that I found with Lisa Van Allen. If you go back when I first started making this, all I had was questions. And one of my questions was, how did you take the tape that you weren't on, but a while ago you said you was on the tape, so I'm confused. And people over here acting like I'm slow. Like, no, y'all slow. Y'all didn't catch what the fuck is going on. Think about it. They could easily sit here and say this was an underage girl on this tape because technically they know ain't nobody supposed to be watching this tape. So technically, the only people that could sit here and for a matter of fact say nay or shay or anything in the public forefront would be people who are watching this illegal porn. And at the end of the day, you just as fucking wrong. Does that make you a pedophile too for watching the sex tape that you know is supposed to have an underage girl on? And then with Lisa Van Allen, she gonna sit here and say she aborted a child with R. Kelly because she felt like he had a thing for younger girls. Meanwhile, after the trial that he had, you go back to him with your child, who is a daughter. You take your daughter back to this man who you say you didn't want to have a daughter with because he has a thing for little girls. That don't make sense. Does that make sense to y'all? Exactly, Lolo. They want to keep hyping it up as child porn to keep pushing this pedophile agenda. If you want to sit here and keep holding on to the evidence that they prove that R. Kelly is a pedophile because he made a sex tape with a 14-year-old, if you completely demolish that fact and you completely demolish the fact of the Aaliyah marriage certificate, and you sit down and you look at all the cases against R. Kelly, which were not criminal cases but lawsuits, none backed up with police reports, then you cannot sit here on your high fucking horse and say R. Kelly is a pedophile. You just cannot. You will have to look at this with your eyes wide open and pay attention to the facts. And I have not seen one person to prove without a shadow of a doubt that this man is a pedophile. So for them to keep saying it is bullshit. That should be a hate speech. You can't even say the F word that ends with a T, but you can keep getting on every platform imaginable and keep calling this man a pedophile. And that's not hate speech. Somebody make that make sense to me. And then every time you debunk one of these so called victims' lies, then you're bullying and harassing them. Meanwhile, as you can see the photo I showed you of Tim Savage, they could just keep pulling up on R. Kelly's properties, old and new, to take fucking photos and shit. But he's the predator. But they stalking him. Make that make sense. Exactly, Missy Moo. Any person with a heart would have to feel some type of compassion for R. Kelly. When I first started making these videos, it wasn't necessarily a vindicate R. Kelly movement. It was me having questions because I obviously had a lot of red flags about what was put before me. And as a person, such like with my moralities, with my integrity, I'm not the type of person to just stand by and watch some shit happen. It used to bother me a lot. I used to be around people and they used to always say stuff like, I don't see how slaves did it. I could never be a slave. This, and that. But I see slaves every fucking day. Every fucking day. I'm included. But guess what? I'm aware of where I'm at. I'm not sitting here blindly like shit. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. We are not fucking free. This is a fact. So I'm not just gonna sit back and let the bullshit continue to slide. And it's funny, it tells a lot that when you look for the information, these people get overly offended. Like even Lizzette blocking me. Girl, I don't want to send you no message. For what? You lies. Messaging you is stupid. Y'all have done enough talking for me to have to do nothing more than to get on my damn computer and search. So what the fuck do I need to message any of these so-called people for? They say that shit to make themselves feel validified, I guess. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody checking for them like that. They're being entertained by their bullshit. Exactly, and 411. That's another thing that I would have to hold R. Kelly accountable for. The fact that he has allowed a lot of this stuff to continue to go on, from the Aaliyah situation to now. I can completely understand the fact that he didn't want to talk about anything personal with him and Aaliyah. But at the same time, if he had anything that would shut down any of these allegations, it would have drastically changed his public opinion. And I feel like, again, this is just showing how he didn't really have a lot of people in his corner looking out for his best interest. When R. Kelly first threatened that he was going to sue R. Kelly, he should have done so expeditiously, in the words of T.I. When Jim DeRogatis put out article after article after article, wrote book after book defaming this man's character, he should have sued them. So, to go with Anna 411, I side eye his role. But I'm not going to go in depth on that because it's a bigger picture here right now. And I'm being very selective with my words. You feel me? I definitely saw the Tim Savage interview where he said he didn't have a good Father's Day and that he hopes R. Kelly is in jail by next Father's Day. And to that I say, you better hope you not in jail by next Father's Day, because yeah, shit could get real for you. So all these people just out here wishing all this jail time upon this man better check they self. I don't know what that sound is, and I got a little earpiece in, so I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to eliminate the sound, in my background, because some people with their short attention spans seem to always have problems with the things going on in my background. That's another reason why I'm on so late, because I wanted to make sure the kids are asleep. But y'all already know Lisa Van Allen daughter out here wilding out. That's another video. Oh, that's one. People sitting over here tripping about R. Kelly. Meanwhile, you'd see Lisa Van Allen got 3 baby daddies. So one of her baby daddy, you already know, think he a pimp flexing for the gram. No problem with that? Guess not. See what the stepdaughter's doing on Instagram. Far as the Me Too movement, and this another thing about my technology. I'm just starting to notice some funny shit going on. Like, I had a lot more pictures and they just disappear. So it's funny. Yeah, I had screenshotted a photo in which I had mentioned the Me Too movement and saying, are y'all ready to admit that y'all are some clout chasers? In which the official Me Too movement, not the Me Too, the official Mute R. Kelly movement replied to me saying, nah, they gonna keep chasing the clout until the wheels fall off, in other words. So my thing is this. I guess she was just trying to be funny, but at the same time, this is what I'm saying. Y'all got all the time in the world to just be on the internet, just playing and responding to little comments and shit. Meanwhile, there's real issues out here, and you got a whole organization designed to stop the financial support of this artist. Like, he's the only artist in the world that has sex with his fans and that partakes in extracurricular activities that have nothing to do with the general public. Like, you overlook the fact that there are real victims out here. So I just went on a tag spree. So I asked her, which of course she ain't gonna respond. Okay, so I'll just patiently wait for any real victim that the Me Too Times Up movement has helped, because at the end of the day, they ain't here to help no fucking women. They here to help themselves. And at the end of the day, you have things like Backpage, who have in the last decade has had so much sex trafficking that has not gotten the major media coverage that R. Kelly has gotten, for example. But hey, the Me Too movement don't give a shit about that. They don't care about real victims. All they want to do is keep pushing the agenda they got going on right now. Shakira Mohammed, this is something that I talked about with my fiance. Mo like, let's take the O.J. Simpson trial. If you did not notice, what did they do? They waited to after the criminal proceedings to then sue OJ. They did not try to sue OJ, then press criminal charges. That's fucking stupid. Makes no damn sense. And if you think about it, if you go and look at the law, you will get more monetary gains if the person is convicted criminally. So, of course, you would pursue a criminal case first and then try to sue. But you notice it's not about any real abuse. That's why they didn't pursue criminal first. Criminal was the last resort. On the outside looking in, my perspective, just my opinion, they went to the criminal aspect because it was the last resort. They couldn't get absolutely nothing else from this man, so they pushed it to the limit. They called his bluff, and this is what happened. I personally don't think they thought it was going to go this far, but it did. So this is where we at now. And we already know about Lisa Borders. Did I tell you I keeps the receipts, Lolo? Did I tell you? Yes. Yes, I know about her, the Time's Up founder, stepping down because her son was accused of rape. But at the same time, you got this whole foundation that's supposed to be dedicated to help prevent rape. Make that make sense. You can't even get your son in check. You can't even keep your son from out here raping women, and you want me to believe that you out here trying to save women from getting raped? Make that make sense. Let's talk about it. You feel me? Well, Shakira, about Kel suing Lifetime, that's one of those opinions I want to reserve for a later time because, as I said in another live, it's a little funny to me how they using his music, his image, his likeness, all that without his permission. Okay, they cannot do that. You have to be granted permission to use somebody's brand such as they did. Now, that's what makes me think about this copyright issue is okay, so he say he signed over his distribution, so does that mean again he gets absolutely nothing? Because I don't think it means that. I just think he doesn't get that extra check, but he still gets something when they playing his fucking music and shit. So as far as suing them, it be making me think like, is he part of this agenda? Like, I don't know, but at the end of the day, I'm focusing on the corruption of this case. And if he does sue them, if he don't sue them, that's gonna mold my opinions. I do tell you that. If I don't see no lawsuits coming, I tell you one thing, it ain't gonna sit right with me. What's up? What's up? Ruthie in the house. And then people keep bringing up the fact that Carrie Kelly was talking about that R. Kelly tried to say it was him. His lawyers tried to say it was him. Well, I challenge you to go back and rewatch Carrie Kelly's interview because you will notice that he slick beat around the bush when it comes to the facts. And they ask him straight out, did R. Kelly ask you to say this was you in this video? And he says no. So for him to keep being wishy-washy and implying that he could have known that the attorneys tried to implicate him in this sex tape, that's where I have a problem with him because that's a little janky. I personally have not seen an article where it said that defense mentioned it being anybody else in the tape. Now, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it yet. So, with that being said, he said out his own mouth that R. Kelly did not ask him to say it was him on that tape. And far as he know, was never told that. He could have been told that. But let's just throw that whole statement out the window. So to use his brother as a witness against him, saying that he tried to say he tried to set his brother up to take the fall because it really was him in the tape, I disagree. Because I am under the impression that it was somebody else in the tape. Now, it is a fact that R. Kelly did use doubles in his music videos and things like that. So to sit here and act like it's improbable that people or somebody in his inner circle couldn't look like him is a little far fetched because it's very well possible. And even looking at this Damon Pryor character, like look at the technology from that time area. The the imagery is not as clear as it is today. So I didn't see the tape. I don't know how clear it was, but I do know for a fact I've come across multiple articles that say the jurors who saw the actual tape then say they cannot confirm the identity of either person in the video. So for people to keep implying that it's R. Kelly and keep going with the narrative that it is R. Kelly because Sparkle said she saw her. Go back to Sparkle's interview, and she said within 3 seconds of watching the video, she knew it was her niece. In 3 seconds. Meanwhile, people who watched the whole video, who had to watch the whole video, could not identify either person in the video. So how in the fuck this chick gonna tell me in 3 seconds she knew that was her niece? No, maybe in 3 seconds you figured out, okay, it's gonna be my niece because I don't like R. Kelly anymore. He's not doing what I want him to do. I want him to go down. I'm finna link up with this dude over here and we finna get some money off R. Kelly. Hey, that's just how I feel like it happened. I see a lot of R. Kelly's music coming off of YouTube. And that's one thing that I said also, Shakira, about R. Kelly not suing Lifetime and all these people slandering his name is because, first of all, I feel like he may want to get past this criminal case because anybody that saw that docuseries and anybody that had common sense knew it was propaganda and knew that something like this was going to be happening. So it is possible that he could want to wait until after this criminal case to proceed with lawsuits. And people so in disbelief of the tape being fake forged or anything like that. You sit here and watch movies every day and you see how they can edit movies. So I'm a little bit confused why people are so confused at how a person can manipulate a tape. Like, I'm pretty sure you're on YouTube now. You can look up how to manipulate a VHS tape. And a lot of people sat there and watched, like I said last time, the Obama deepfake, for example. Know damn well Obama never made that video, but it looks very authentic, and yet you know it's fake. That is a thing, though. I did see that R. Kelly's music has gone up. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's the photo I was looking for a while ago. Now, of course, we don't see anything, so hopefully they won't flag this. But again, after the docu-series, all of a sudden this sex tape is being released all over the porn sites again. And from this little still shot, let's go down to this bottom picture. You can clearly see this man. Tell me that's R. Kelly. Somebody fucking tell me that's R. Kelly. This man ain't even got no hair on his head. Stop playing with us. At the end of the day, I'm not here for the lies. It's fucking crazy. And the shit they want to put out there is this bullshit. The fuck out of here. That was the TMZ of Savage talking about he wants R. Kelly in jail by next Father Day. Well, good luck with that. Because all y'all story is falling apart. And it's funny from a tweet that Tim Savage makes, TMZ jumps on it just like that. Just like that. Then you got fake ass articles like this coming out and people sharing it all over the internet. What I find crazy is when you share things that dispute the narrative of surviving R. Kelly in a link format, which is from blogs, website links. When you share it, have you ever noticed it all of a sudden becomes unavailable? All of a sudden you see this content isn't available. Every time you share some article somebody puts out that could possibly change the narrative they're giving you, the content disappears. So that's why I suggest people who are trying to vindicate R. Kelly, instead of sharing these bullshit ass links from people like TMZ, don't share the links. Screenshot it and post it. That's the best way to combat the things that are disappearing. If a lot of you want to spotlight the things that R. Kelly does positively because you feel like the media is not giving both sides, I feel like that's the best way to do that. Don't share these links, screenshot, and repost, and share positive messages. Here we go with Faith Allison. She posted, I'm over the fake shit, not keeping up with this social media shit anymore. It's exhausting as fuck being blown up on the daily, constantly fighting to clear my name, always trying to prove my intentions, yet other people sell books, made GoFundMes, finesse their way into the media for attention. Why take the most heat for saying some shit other women just chose not to say? And if the shit was on the other foot, I'd be different. What's wrong, Miss Faith? Things not going your way? So, another key point I wanted to point out about the R. Kelly thing, and people keep bringing up Aaliyah. Well, I personally feel like it was a publicity stunt. But for you people who feel like it was a real authentic marriage certificate, Why don't you keep that same energy for Demetrius Smith, who got on Surviving R. Kelly and detailed how he got a fake marriage certificate for a minor to get married? I want you to prosecute him. That's what I want you to do. You mad at the wrong people in every situation you bring to the light. Oh, I forgot. It's not about holding people accountable. It's just about taking down R. Kelly, right? That's what it's about. It is Lisa's boyfriend in the sex tape, Ruthie in the house. It's not R. Kelly. Good night, the Karma Me Network. Thank you, Lolo. I'm getting ready to get off here myself. Because you know what? Every time I get in depth with this, it just really make my head hurt because, I don't know. I realize every day common sense is not too common. But for those that wanted to take action, a lot of people just be wanting to talk, talk, talk. One of my subscribers found the information for those of you who want to take action. Let me repeat that again. Take action against Tia Ewing. Recall one of my videos. You can go back and watch that after the fact. I'm finna get off. But you can go back and peep game on how she manipulated her position to further push this agenda to slander R. Kelly. And I feel like she should be held accountable for her reckless journalism, as well as a lot of other people. And if you agree, you can call 312-565-5532. That is the number to Fox 32 News, in which you can give your feedback on how Tia Ewing should be reprimanded for her reckless reporting on her endless pursuit to slander R. Kelly. At the end of the day, time's up for all these people. I'm not here for it. With that being said, hope everybody has a good night. I enjoyed this time trying to give my little opinion on the subject. I will be posting a shorter version of this video on Lizzette, as well as everybody else that I am going to spotlight in my Surviving R. Kelly Lies. Good night. God bless you. Keep R. Kelly in your prayers and stay vigilant.